Every year, more of our mob are being told they have HIV. HIV is not a new illness, but there are new ways to prevent and treat it, and we're going to tell you exactly how. You and me can stop HIV and keep it from getting out of control in our communities.
HIV is a virus that lives within the body. It affects millions of people around the world. Every year, 600 to 1,000 Aussies are diagnosed with HIV, and almost 50 are among our own mob, in the city and out bush. HIV is serious because it makes us more vulnerable to other diseases, and without treatment, people can pass away early. We can't completely get rid of it, but with the right mix we can get close.
AIDS is not HIV. AIDS is a sickness caused by HIV and develops after about 7 to 8 years if the HIV isn't treated with medicine. In Australia, few people get AIDS now because most people are on HIV medicines that prevent AIDS from occurring.
HIV can be transferred to you if the blood, semen, cum, or vaginal fluid from someone with HIV gets into your body during vaginal or anal sex. HIV can also be passed on when people share drug injecting equipment, or from a pregnant mum to her baby during pregnancy.
During sex, use a condom, especially every time with new partners, and when starting new relationships. Get tested together for HIV and other sex diseases. If you inject drugs, you've got to use clean equipment every single time. Don't reuse any gear after someone else either. Ask your local clinic where you can get disposable syringes. We've all had a wild night. So what happens if you reckon you've been exposed to HIV? Maybe the person you've just slept with has HIV.
Well, you can take a PEP pill. It's a medicine that stops the virus after you've been exposed to it. PEP stands for post-exposure prophylaxis, and it needs to be started within 3 days of exposure and taken every day for 30 days. See it as your last resort weapon. PEP is available at emergency departments in hospitals, at sexual health clinics, and some doctors' clinics.
What about medicine to prevent HIV in the first place? Well, that exists too. It's called PrEP. It's like PEP, but it stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis, and you take it before you get exposed. It really works, but it's not for everyone.
Doctors can prescribe PrEP to people who are at higher risk of getting HIV. This could be gay or bisexual men, people with a HIV positive partner, or people who have a lot of casual sex without condoms. Taking PrEP daily can stop HIV but not other sex diseases, so you still need to use condoms.
Another way to be safe is to be tested regularly at the clinic. It's the only way to know if you have HIV. Get tested as soon as you can if you're worried about HIV, if you've had sex without condoms, or if a condom's broken during sex, or if you've shared some injecting equipment.
Pregnant? Getting tested for HIV during pregnancy is part of giving baby a good start. Treating HIV during pregnancy can stop HIV being passed on to bub.
If you are gay, straight, bi, or in between, a sister girl or brother boy, and have had sex with a new partner without a condom, get tested 2 to 3 times per year for HIV and other sex diseases.
The bottom line is, use condoms, don't share syringes, and get tested regularly.
Just found out you have HIV? Your doctor can explain all about treatment. Don't be ashamed to ask questions.
If you have HIV and follow your doctor's advice and take your HIV tablets daily, you can now be as healthy and live as long as someone without HIV. This isn't the same as a cure. It's just about keeping the amount of the virus in your body, the viral load, as low as possible, so that it's undetectable in tests. If you can do this, you'll feel better and live longer.
When your viral load is undetectable, the virus is untransmissible, meaning you can't pass it on to someone else, even if you have sex without a condom. If it's undetectable, it's untransmissible. In short, U equals U.
The only way to know if your HIV is undetectable is by a blood test at the clinic. It's a good idea to get this done every 3 to 6 months. Daily treatment is needed to get the virus to be undetectable and keep it that way. If treatment is stopped, the virus will be transmissible again, and without treatment, people with HIV will get sicker and sicker and will eventually pass on to the spirit world. Remember, undetectable equals untransmissible. U equals U.
As more people living with HIV get treated and undetectable, there will be less people who can pass HIV onto other people. We call this treatment as prevention, TASP, because improving access to treatment for people with HIV in our community becomes a method for HIV prevention.
The global goal is to get 90 to 100% of our mob and everyone else living with HIV to an undetectable viral load, so that there will be fewer and eventually no new cases of HIV among our mob. This is the power of the mob. You and me can stop HIV. Right, that was a fair bit of info, but here are the things to remember.
HIV is a virus that can lead to AIDS if untreated.
You can prevent the spread of HIV by using condoms, not sharing injecting equipment, regular HIV tests, and by taking PrEP. If you have a slip-up, you can start taking PEP within 3 days.
HIV medicines can keep people with HIV healthy and can reduce the amount of HIV to an undetectable and untransmissible level. U equals U.
You can learn more at www.ATSIHIV.org.au, and if you're worried about HIV, talk to your doctor. Don't be ashamed. Do it for yourself and do it for our community.
You and me can stop HIV.